ponies sense it too. Some have broken their tethers and have strayed close to the tree line.
Okay.
There's a distinctive shape on the thermal camera.
We've got a cat. Jeez, oh, we've got a cat following one of the ponies. It looks like a leopard. Looks like a leopard. The ponies that we're using to help us with our equipment, they just go off and they start foraging in the trees close by. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's still coming. Still coming. We are right in the middle of camp. This is the first night here up in the mountains, and we have a big cat. Look at that. Just absolutely bold as brass. It's not as thick set as a tiger. You know, these cats living up here will not be that used to seeing horses. And this one's just taken full advantage of it. Oh, I've just lost it. No, I've lost it. Lost it. There's nowhere in the world that you can just show up, drop out of a helicopter and see leopards. Nowhere.
Has this night been a one-off? Or are Bhutan's mountains a refuge for other rare cats? Finding leopards at this altitude is no guarantee that tigers also exist here. Steve is trekking towards Tiger Mountain, along paths made by generations of remote Himalayan tribes. He's not finding the big prey he'd hoped for.
Just caught a flash of golden colour, and having taken a few minutes just to look around me, I've seen that this hillside is absolutely covered with marmots. Marmots are very good at taking care of themselves. If one of them senses the presence of a predator, they'll let out a big alarm call like a whistle, and all of them will just dive for the burrows instantly.
Leopards will eat marmots, but they're probably too small to be tiger prey.
Oh, there they go. There's two males letting off steam, almost like all-in wrestlers with each other. I guess because now is a time of plenty, and marmots don't have to worry so much about laying down fat reserves and gathering stuff for hibernation. They're just letting off steam. It's hilarious to watch.
Gordon is heading for the top of the mountain to check camera traps he set out at the very start of the expedition. Thick bamboo and the punishing gradient reminds him how unlike classic tiger habitat this is.
Considering how much effort it takes me to walk around here, it's going to have an effect on the tigers. At the moment, I just think it seems just ridiculous that they might even be here. It wasn't hard enough. The altitude, even at this height, really kicks in. Going downhill's fine. As soon as you start coming up, it really hits you. And it's so steep here, so you're kind of having to work 10 times as hard. Oh gosh, I wonder how George is doing.
George is still finding his feet. His 30 years of field experience will be invaluable in assessing whether these forests really can support tigers.
This stump is just full of this stuff. The wood's just rotting away. But what's interesting is that I can see no signs of any insect damage yet, which is sort of surprising, but there's plenty more stumps and plenty more rotten logs, but no bugs.
Even in spring, temperatures drop below freezing most nights. There are far fewer animals here than in the tropical forests the teams just left. George will have to use every trick to find out what lives here. Each discovery will be included in the scientific report he's compiling for the Prime Minister of Bhutan.
Oh. Oh! Look! Oh, wow!
These chicks have just hatched. To find out what kind of birds they are, George will have to wait for the adults to return.
Okay, that's the female back. And she's got a beak full of earthworms. My goodness, that's a lot of worms. It's really great to be having a really good view of these chicks and actually see what they're being fed, which is the only way of finding out is to sit here and actually watch them. And obviously those birds are a lot better at finding earthworms and insects than I am. But then I'm not a white-collared blackbird. There we are.
Gordon's approaching the camera traps he set at 5,000 meters. At this altitude, it's too harsh even for trees. Can tigers really have adapted to such an extreme environment? Gordon's camera traps may hold the answer. They've been recording everything that moves past them.
First one. Come on, please, we've got to get something. We've got to get something. Often the case is with camera traps, you get every animal apart from the one that you're actually after. Oh, look, is that chuffs? Yeah, these birds have set it off. Actually, when I was up there, I saw the chuffs flying about over that ridge. Okay, you can see what triggered this. Heavy snow, it even actually looks like rain. Oh, fox, wow! Great. Red fox. Oh, you beautiful, look at that. Oh, he's just posing perfectly for the camera as well. Gosh, that is lovely. They're the same red foxes that we get in the UK. They're amazing, they really are amazing animals. Like the fact that they can make a living from the dustbins outside our houses and they can make a living here, high up in the Himalayas. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? Jeez, that's snow leopard. You ratbag, it is.
Snow leopards are incredibly rare and elusive.
Oh, wow. No wonder hardly anybody sees these cats. They're just so well camouflaged. You could literally walk past that within 4 meters and not see it easily. It looks like it's a cub. And the reason it's staying there for such a long time, I'm guessing, is that its mother has left it there while she's gone off hunting. Oh, wow. That is just stunning. Oh, it's come right up to the camera. That is one of the most exquisite looking animals I've ever seen.
Snow leopards are an exceptional find, but maybe 5,000 meters is just too high for tigers. Gordon decides to intensify his search lower down the mountain. He's brought extra camera traps from the old base camp in the south and sets them out across the mountainside from the tree line at 4,000 meters, right down to the bamboo forest near their new camp. While Gordon's on the trail of majestic big cats, George has found something less appealing.
It's a flesh fly. There is an animal in here somewhere. There is something here that is not right. And here.
Blowflies have found their way into the tent where the expedition's meat is stored.
If you don't have a refrigerator, you have to eat dry meat or dried fish. It does attract a lot of flies. There are more insects in this tent than I found in the entire forest. Mind you, it's only one species. Look at that in there. That's fly eggs.
Within hours, these fly eggs will hatch into maggots.
I've suddenly become a vegetarian.
In the far north of Bhutan, 15 kilometers from the border with Tibet, Steve's almost in sight of Tiger Mountain, where local legends say tigers roam.
This is probably our best chance of seeing things. We're just at the tree line, and all around us the hillsides are open, so we can see for a long, long way. Oh, hang on. It's a huge herd of animals. I mean, I reckon there's got to be 40 or 50 there. They are called blue sheep because they have a kind of slaty blue-grey coat. And there's, I can see one adult male with huge horns. They're totally at home out here in this steep-sided, barren land. I mean, they're incredibly graceful and nimble over the rocks. But if the tiger really is living in this sort of area or anywhere near here, that's what it's going to be feeding on, blue sheep. For an ambush predator like a snow leopard or a tiger, this is kind of easy game.
Large herds of blue sheep would be perfect prey for a tiger. But science says tigers don't live at these heights. Steve will need to find concrete evidence to prove the textbooks wrong.
Gazumpala.
The first step is to meet the people of Laya.
Hello, hello.
It's one of the highest villages in Bhutan and the gateway to Tiger Mountain. If there are tigers living at 4,000 meters, surely the villagers will know.
This would have to be just about the most spectacular spot on Earth to build a village. The houses are just exquisite. All of the wood is beautifully painted. Journeys like this are all about auspicious signs in Buddhism, and you don't get much more auspicious than, look at that beautifully painted image of a tiger.
Tigers decorate every house. Steve's keen to find out if they're imagery from local folklore or a picture of real life around here. 1,000 meters below, Gordon is trying everything to get hard evidence of tigers. He's looking for a vantage point in the bamboo forest to set up a hide.
Oh, look at this, it's all beer.
Lots of signs of animals having used this area. I wonder if they're sheltering. The big rock overhang here. Oh, some dung here. Oh, do you know what I think this is? Look. I bet you this is a salt lick. Let me just see. There. It's very salty.
Deer and other plant-eating animals don't get enough salt in their diet. Sooner or later, they have to visit salt licks. Gordon hopes tiger prey will be drawn out of the forest, and tigers won't be far behind. All he has to do is sit in his hide and wait.
At the back of my mind, I was only hoping that I might just get back.
Up in Laya village, Steve has been invited to the home of a village elder and his family.